Hey, my name is Kristen Obar. This is my screencast for Hula Hut Bowling. This is where I got my inspiration from.
Welcome to PE Lessons. Today's lesson is one of my favorites. It's called Hula Huts. For this game, you're going to need about 4 pop-up targets, 24 foam balls, and a lot of hula hoops. To start, split the class into 2 teams. Students must stay on their own side of the gym and use the skill of the overhand throw to try and hit the target on the other side of the gym. If the target is hit, a student collects 1 hula hoop. If the ball goes in the front target, a student collects 2 hula hoops. And if the ball lands in the top hole, a student collects 3 hula hoops. Once team members collect 6 hula hoops, they can start building their own hula hut. Each team can then select 1 person to defend the hut and prevent it from being knocked down. If the other team does knock down their hut, all the hula hoops go away, and the team that knocked it down gets 3 hula hoops. Before starting the game, I recommend students practice building the hula huts with a partner. Here's how you build a hula hut. You're going to start with 1 hula hoop on the bottom, 2 hula hoops on one side, 2 hula hoops on the other side, and then land.
Some of the state course of studies are skill development, and there's them listed. The objectives: the students will roll a ball at a stationary target. There will be 2 teams depending on how many kids you have. There will be 3 hula huts on each side. The student will roll a ball underhanded on the ground. Inside the hula hut will be a bowling pin. The students have to knock down the hula hut and the bowling pin. Once the hula hut is knocked down, on the opposite side, the student who knocked it over will run outside the boundaries and go get the pieces of the hula hut. Once every hula hut and bowling pin is knocked over, the students can begin to assemble the hula huts that they have gathered from the opposite side. And once they do that, whoever builds all hula huts correctly and first wins the game. At the beginning of the game, there will be 3 hula huts on each side, and there will be students rolling balls, the other hula huts on the other side, and there will also be bowling pins inside of the hula huts. And once one is knocked over, one of the students will run around the outside of the gym, pick up the pieces, and bring them back. The objectives are: can the students roll a ball at a target, and can the students work together to build a hula hut? Some of the modifications I would do, if they're really doing pretty good at it, you can add some defense. If they're not, you can make the boundaries closer. You can add more bowling pins just to add another dimension to the game. The bowling pins outside of the hula huts, you can make them worth points, or the ones inside of the hula huts, you can make those worth points. And you can change, instead of doing it long ways, you can do it sideways, so the balls wouldn't have to go past each other if you really didn't want to have the issue with defense. There's my source, and it's modified by me. Thanks for listening to my screencast. This is Kristen Obar.